So let's hope that the Zoom is working okay and that everything is following me. The microphone is working. So this is 13-year-old Melody, and she is a barflower mare, and she's been trained and shown. I think as a 2-year-old, they said that she made it for the 2-year-old futurities and did some winning and that kind of stuff in the Western Pleasure and probably Hunter Under Saddle. I don't know at that time. I'd have to get more information on the details of that because it's been a few years. So in the meantime, though, she is I don't know. She when I got her, we had her. The owners just kind of played with her for a little bit, and she took care of a gal that had some physical issues, and this gal was just a sweetheart about it, and took her around walking and jogging, and if she fell against her when she was getting on her, she wasn't reactive. She just kind of took care of her, and then took care of another's kids. So these things are at really odd placement. I probably should have fixed them before I got on, but I was being a little lazy, I guess you could say. So she's very aware of where her feet are. I can tell that at some point somebody really trained well on her for trail class because she's very much aware. And I'm working on becoming more of a trail guru. She's very trusting, though, going over stuff and not afraid. Now, I don't have a lot of horses yet that I've practiced with this, but I can tell you right now that they probably would have a little tougher time dealing with it. So this gal's going to be more of a pattern horse, and she's a little bit more aware of what everything should do, where her legs are. She's very connected to herself. I think that she likes to engage her brain into an activity with purpose, because I think that going around the pen just randomly and doing nothing with it per se. Good job, she caught her feet. Just kind of bores the heck out of her. I think she would do it, but it's kind of like, yeah, can't we do something that actually has a purpose in mind, something that I can, say, yeah, that was worth it, yeah, it kept my focus, otherwise, tired, this is boring, what else can I entertain myself with, type of a thing. So anyhow, this gal is on the bright side. She's smart. She's a people pleaser. She enjoys attention. She wants to try to, do the best she can for you. If it goes to the negative, she tries too hard, and you just got to tell her, don't worry so much. You're good. I'm happy with you. Don't worry about it. So we'll do a little bit of some extending trot here, just so you can see. I haven't practiced this at all, but we'll see if she can extend her legs out. She's a nice, solid-bodied mare. Now, she has been in the bridle, obviously, at her age, and trained that way. As usual, my normal mantras, I got them, and there are some tweaks I wanted to put on them, and different handles I wanted to put on them. So the easiest way to do that is without a chin strap involved, and so I just wanted, for her in particular, I was going for a little bit more shoulder control for one, and more than anything, a little bid more connection in the bit. She was one of those that tended to go around with, over-bridled. So, and that's not really my style. That works for some, but it's not really my style per se. So I adjusted that on her, and I'm encouraging her to stretch into her bridle, carry her shoulders, and when I do make contact, lifting the reins or doing anything that way, I want her to maintain connection with me instead of pull away from me. Good catch. Let's go over this. How quick can we turn? Woohoo! Good girl. There you go. And so that is what I try to do, is get her to adjust through the body more than the neck. And then that way you know that you've got full control of your horse with just a small, slight movement, rather than have to go through the Gumby neck and then get there. So it's kind of a really loose feel when they Gumby on you, and you can't really bring them down really smoothly. So I'm going to bring her down into a jog, easy. Good girl. So now the next step, after I do a little bit more working on her connecting and staying with me, staying off her front end, very, very typical things that a lot of horses do. They get a little front heavy, especially the over-bridlers that put their heads super low or super curled. You have to be really careful with them that they're not front heavy. And so then I like to transfer that energy and that drive and stuff to the back end instead of pulling with the front end. And it just gives a very different picture. So we're going to go ahead and get into a lope here pretty quick. Been working on the transitions, wanting those to be nice and smooth, no rushing into them. Again, just working on when I make contact with her, that she stays with me and doesn't lose connection to my hands by trying to elevate above me. So I'm just asking her with my inside rein here to bring her shoulder back just a little bit on the inside without letting her lift her head. Good girl. Bring the inside shoulder back. Good. I'm just going for consistency. Consistency, nice straight neck, nice alignment through the body, rocking lope, sitting down, finding that back end all the time. Easy. Good girl. Good. With these overachievers, you don't need to do a lot of training. You just need to be precise, and I guess you could say considerate. Considerate would be just don't drill the heck out of them. You drill the heck out of them and you're liable to turn them into overthinkers, and those aren't fun to ride. So she's the kind that actually needs, if you want to say, would need less work than some horses would, just because once she knows her job, don't stress her out. Don't frustrate her. So I'm just kind of letting her go. Typically, I would ask her to come back just a little bit more and just working and pull her back a little. Just rock the weight. There you go. Good. I'm going to ask her to rock her weight back again. Just rock the weight back a little bit. Thinking about it. Thinking about it. Stay with me. There we go. Good. And we're going to breathe easy. Good. We're going to go the other way again. Ooh. And actually, I'm going to back her up just a little bit. She's got a nice handle on her. We'll bring her around, ask her to just kind of pivot over her leg a little bit. She's got that down pretty good. Good girl. It'll walk off a little bit. And I'm just going to put her into another one on the left leg. She sticks the right one a little better than the left one, but she's still doing a pretty good job. And my fingers are pretty light. It's not like I got a lot of contact on there either. So, good girl. She does like lots of rewards, and she'll stand there and go, oh, Mare, come on, gotta work, so gonna ask her to go ahead and ask her to lope off. Hold the shoulder just a little bit and go ahead and lope off. Come on. Good girl. Nice departure. Good. Lean in just a little bit on that right shoulder, so I'm just going to pick it up a little bit with little tugs. Good girl. She came back with it. Rock it back a little bit again. Rock it back. Don't elevate to my contact. There you go. Good choice. Good choice. There we go. Now, they might be pretty minute to you, but eventually they'll become bigger and bigger where she won't fall forward again. She'll hold it longer and longer because she was a pretty front-heavy horse. And so finding her hindquarters has been a big deal. So we're going to rock her back. It's reminders. And at this speed, this is a nice speed for, just general horsemanship, general riding. It's just kind of a sitting easy to ride. Easy. And, just over the next few weeks, I'll just ask her to sit down a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, slow down a little bit more, and then pretty soon she'll be holding it with drooped rein, not a problem, going slow, and looking like she's doing a true lope instead of trope. We do loops, not tropes around here, so I would rather make her become a pattern horse than to force the rail class on her if she loses it on the way down in her speed, because it just, I'm not a sacrificer when it comes to the movement. So if somebody else wants to do that, they can after they get her, but this is my program, what I do. So anyhow. Now, just that little bit of habit, like I said, that I was working on with changing her transitions, which is why I have the snaffle on, so I can do the individual stuff until she gets that habit into her of how I want her to depart, which is just stay in my contact. You can sit back on your back end a little bit, like right here. I'm just doing a little bit of rock back. Good. And then maintain. And I'm okay with she's a little bit more, not as quick to get into it going that way. She kind of bounces a little bit more. So, and she's just learning how to really rock through this direction a little bit more. And I'm just going to encourage her with little rock backs. There we go. Sometimes it takes her 2. Sometimes it takes her 3 or 4 cues to rock back. And then she'll hold it for a little while. And then I'm going to rock her back. Coming off the corner, rock her back. There we go. Yep, got a little lazy in the front then, so now I'm going to pick her up for lazy reasons, where I want her to be more connected to her back end. And she's just wanting to disconnect a little bit from my hands, so I'm just going to keep playing with it until she takes that little bit of breath and rocks back. Good girl. Easy. There you go. So that is her. She is really changing, and she's got really nice natural movement in there. I'm just kind of letting her do her thing right now. Typically, I would ask her for a little bit more slow back and hold it, a little bit more framework on her. But for right now, today, I just wanted you to see a little bit more where she is without more manipulation. So that's come a long way for where she was just a short time ago when she came to me. And to change all that weight out of the front end and change how you've been used to traveling is a lot different, you know, when you have to do that than riding in the back end and the hindquarters. So those butt cheeks are a big chunk of muscle to develop in order to carry that difference. To carry the difference. There you go. In weight. So anyhow, she is a honey. She's a showmanship machine. I'll probably put out more videos on her. Maybe one with showmanship. You know, she rides out in the outdoor arena. I haven't had a chance to take her down the road yet, but we'll get to that. And just keep on plunking away at the videos. So hope you guys are having fun at home and enjoying the weather and the time with your horses. And if you are interested in her and have some more questions for me, just give me a call. She's only going to keep on getting nicer and nicer and more locked in and more locked in as we go. She'll rock back another notch or notch and a half. And once she does all that and really stays connected to my hand, which she's getting there, I'll put the bridle back on and then tweak it from there, and she's good to go. So anyhow, she is a sweetheart. Like I said, loves attention. Give me a call.